Thank you for stopping by and welcome to the channel. In today's video we'll be going up Whistler's Mountain on the Jasper Skytram. The tram opened in 1964 after the Albertian adventurer William McGregor summited Whistler's Mountain in 1960 and wanted to share the experience with everybody. And here you can see some of the samples of the cable they used.
What? The cable they used.
The motor room used to propel the cable car. The Skytram travels at a speed of 6 meters per second and takes just 7 minutes to climb to the upper station at an elevation of 2,263 meters, just short of Whistler's Mountain peak of 2,463 meters or 8,081 feet. We do have a restaurant up top, but unfortunately when we arrived they were closed. So come on, let's take a ride up the Jasper Skytram.
Alrighty guys, it's going to take us about 7.5 minutes to get to the top today. If you have any questions on the way up about the national park, the tram, town of Jasper, anything like that, feel free to shoot me a question. Can't guarantee you I know the answer, but if I don't, I'll make something up so you get an answer out of me anyway. I'll point out a few sites and stuff on the way up as well guys, but most importantly enjoy the ride up, enjoy the view. It's a nice afternoon, all the valley is visible, all the mountain ranges are visible too. Just as we start our flight up top, if you look out the back right, you're going to start to see the town of Jasper out there. So Jasper's got a permanent population of about 5,000 people.
Is anyone looking for a maroon?
And about an extra 1,500 of what they call the ghost population. So the seasonal workers like me with funny accents, we come in here, work for 6 months, make a mess, move on to the next spot. So right now the tram, this is our 59th year of running. This tram was built in 1964 and it was built by a German company as a tax write-off, so potentially some dirty money involved, but pretty good use for it if you ask me. We'll get to enjoy it all these years later. It is still running on its original cars, original engine and original gearbox. Haven't changed them once. We do service them regularly though, they are all good to go. 59 years, not one accident just yet. So you'll start to notice a lot of the trees around us are dead at the moment, so they are dead from the pine beetle. So the pine beetle infested Jasper in about 2015 and it has run through it quite drastically. Parks do believe the pine beetle was killed off about 1.5 years ago, but it does take 3 years for the fungus, the beetles leave in the trees to kill them. So even though the beetle is extinct in the park, we do have quite a lot of trees that are on their way out still over the next 18 months. So fingers crossed there's no fires in Jasper over the summertime, or it'll be a pretty ordinary summer for us. So now we're getting a little bit higher, you get a much better view of the valley floor. So if you look out just past the town of Jasper there, you'll see that milky green coloured river. That's the Athabasca River, so it's glacial fed. So about 100 kilometres south of here, the Columbia ice field, that's where that river originates from. So it is freezing cold year round, being glacial fed. It's about 2-3 degrees. If you do one of the raft tours, the guides give you the option of jumping out in the water. I'd recommend doing it. It's a good experience to have for about half a second before you realise you made a big mistake and it freezes you to the bone. But good experience to have. In about 10 seconds we're going to go over the tower. The tram is going to swing back to front a little bit, nothing out of the ordinary, just like to give people a warning. There we go, it's about as exciting as the tram gets. So if you follow the cables up to the side, up over my shoulder, you will see our second tram coming down. So we do run on a switchback system. So as we pass the other tram, that is exactly halfway up the mountain. Guys, you get a much better view of our lakes that we can offer out from town. So out the back there, we call that the bench area out the back windows. The bench is an area from town, there's hiking trails. Every lake you do see is accessible by hiking trail or mountain biking trail. So the big lake out the back right of the tram just there with that little island in the middle, that's Pyramid Lake and Pyramid Island. They're both named after Pyramid Mountain, which is the large pyramid shaped mountain at the end of the range just there. So Pyramid Lake, they do have a lodge out there. They do rent canoes, kayaks, stand-up paddle boards, things like that. So if you're looking for a place to do that, it's a good spot to do it. Pyramid Island also has a little chapel on it, so if anyone's thinking about getting married anytime soon, it's a good spot to do it. Get a nice view of the mountains in the background. Passing into the alpine region, so there's a lot less trees around here. If you were to drive about 1,000 kilometres north of here, this is what the landscape would look like. A lot more ice obviously, but it is like an Arctic territory. So if you look at these little trees out here, guys, they're a lot smaller than the ones on the bottom, you'll notice. So they're about 200-300 years old. They're just up here, it's a lot harder for them to grow. So their growing season's about 1 millimetre a year over 30 days. So those little guys are up there just as old as the big ones down the bottom. Just as we come into dock, a few things. Once we dock, I'll let you out on this door on the outside just here, so do watch that one as it slides open. If anyone's doing the hike today, quick reminder, our last tram down is 10 PM and it's about 40 minutes each way for the hike to get to the summit. So we will sound a horn at 9:30. If you do hear that horn and you're up on the mountain, get down off the mountain because miss that last tram down. It's going to have a cold night up top. If you have a return flight booked down for a certain time as well, try being in the lobby about 10 minutes before that time. Have a lovely time, guys. Thank you.
So the views up here are spectacular. So if you're ever visiting Jasper, Alberta, we would recommend taking the Jasper Skytram. So here's a tip for those that aren't in good shape and you're visiting the Skytram late in the day. We would suggest, if you're gonna go up to the summit, to do it right away, because we wasted a lot of time taking photos when we first arrived and didn't have enough time to make it to the summit and back, as you'll see later on in the video. a map of the different trails they have up here. Long way to go still. I gave up. Here's a board showing you the different heights of the Jasper Skytram, the lower station, upper station, Mount Robinson, and the town of Jasper.
Can't even see it on.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I hope to see you in our next video.